And of course, that's Mr. Matt Clark, and that's off his new CD called Volume 1. And I am really, really fortunate to have in the studio with me today Mr. Matt Clark and Corey Christy. They are performing at the Grand Tour of Wines at the Evansville Museum tomorrow night, February 19th. And gentlemen, welcome.
Thanks for having us, man.
It's excellent. I know Corey's been in here a lot with EvansvilleNights.com and other things, and it's the first time that Matt's been in the studio. That was off your new release, and of course, on that release with you is Mr. Steve Fritz and Bookie Bookenberg, correct?
Right.
And that can be found at Fritz Songs?
FritzSongs.com. You can just go on there and order it, and we'll ship it out to you.
All right, excellent, excellent, excellent. Matt and Corey are both well known in the music community in the Tri-State and have many fans throughout the area as well. Matt and Corey first met when Matt was doing a solo gig at Fat Cats and the Jungle Restaurant in 2006. I want to talk about your first meeting. I mean, I guess it must have been good since you're both still together and friends.
Still together.
we got along okay. He was there. Actually, I had an interview with him for a job at Guitar Center that at that time he ended up not taking. He was down there when I played, and then it was a couple of weeks later he actually came down and played with me. Kind of doing the same thing we're doing now, just he and I on keyboards and bass and vocals.
Right.
And I had a little sidebar there. My wife was there on a date with someone else. and I saw her there, I think maybe for the first time.
We're at the Jungle?
Yes, at the Jungle.
All right. Well, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's excellent. Excellent. It also, I mean, you guys have mentioned working together at the Guitar Center. Were you there at the same time? I mean, what was the deal with that?
Yeah, Corey was my boss.
Oh, no.
I was there part-time and often a little too part-time, but we got along well, and plus, you know, had access to all that great equipment. A lot of musicians to work with.
Oh,
so
yeah, yeah.
it's kind of like working in a baseball dugout.
That's excellent. That's excellent. As I read further into the bio info, I have you guys. I see you guys got together Blind Dog Gatewood and Jimmy Cummins to form a group called Big Shove, and later you had Wade Holmes took over for Blind Dog. You want to talk about that for a little while?
Yeah, we put it together kind of through Guitar Center, I guess. Since Jimmy was working there for me and Blind Dog as well, and Matt got a couple gigs together. We started playing. It was a great lineup. I don't know who's heard Blind Dog or Jimmy, but they're both great musicians.
And Jimmy, isn't Jimmy the drummer currently playing with the Crackers?
He sure is,
yeah.
Jimmy's currently with the Soul Crackers, and tell you I was way over my head with those three guys. But we had a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then Wade took over when Blind Dog had other commitments?
Yeah, Blind Dog had some things come up. We had met Wade actually at an open mic night that Matt and I ran for a few years down at Crawdaddy's, and he started playing with us there. And you know, we've been together ever since, basically.
Excellent, excellent. Now Wade's gone out to live in California with all the California girls and everything.
Out in the sun in California, being a banker.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad he was able to get there and know his dream. Well, you know, we could sit here and talk about that all day and all night, but what the Jazz Cafe audience wants to hear is some music. So why don't you guys go ahead and play something?